Hey everybody, I am here in my panic room, I guess you could say. It's a vault panic room. I initially planned for this to be something else and it just didn't fit in here, so I turned it into this. Anyways, I plan on building a kelp/bamboo farm today. It's gonna be great. I figured I'd mix those two farms together because they'd work together well in a Create machine. So that's what we're gonna go for. By the way, this panic room is only accessible through my remote control. Couldn't be cooler than that. Yep, nobody's getting in there. So I just finished throwing this farm together. It's a sunflower farm, and it's going to be giving me all the dye I need. We're using this mod called Create Deco, which adds all these great blocks that work perfectly with the Create mod. And it also adds a bunch of great bricks. And the Dean block is the brick we've been using a lot of in our builds out here. It seems to fit well with the pallets. Now to make this block, we need yellow dye, and I have gone through so much yellow dye, and that's why I finally threw that little farm together, so we don't have to worry about farming that yellow dye. We can just come over here, flip the switch, the bone mealer goes to work, and we collect all the sunflower we would ever need, so yellow dye is no longer a problem. You also notice these are brand new from Create Deco, so I thought I would add them as supports in here. I think it really helps to fill in the area nicely. Here you see we got a bit of a generator of some sort, kind of like you would see in Star Wars almost, or something like that. And I'll go up top in a moment and show you the other side of it. But if you look here, we've got some problems. It looks like moss has been spreading throughout the area, and we got some kind of big wooden growth down here. It looks very much like roots. But yeah, why don't we head up to the top deck and see what's going on? Well, we got a big tree that's growing in front of my house. And we got a bunch of moss, and it looks like a little bit of a pond. Not much of a pond though. We got water spillage. You know, this boiler has been leaking for a while. I meant to take care of it, and I guess I haven't done it quick enough, and I guess stuff's taken over, but it helps fit the theme kinda. We've got to have some nature up on this Skybase, don't we? And I think this tree really helps to bring in that missing aspect a little bit. I also put in a little bit of a stasis chamber. I can teleport here whenever I need with my remote control, and I've got tons of ender pearls to reload once I pop in here. Now over here past the tree, you can see the top of the generator. I like that the top deck is starting to fill up with some decoration finally. The clutter actually makes it feel a lot more like home. And then right here, I've added an entrance, a special entrance in case we get any special guests. Using a lot of brass here, and you can see I've finally settled on a flag for the season. That's going to be it. I really like it, and I think it fits well with the theme we've been going for. Coming down this red carpet, it goes straight to the elevator, so this is where guests would likely come up, and they would be greeted with this view as they arrive on Skybase. Now you may notice we got some stuff on the side here. These are amenities for our guests. We have mutton because that's the food I was originally growing up here, and I've got a ton of mutton. We've got chocolate, which is a lot harder for me to produce, but I am doing it just because it's chocolate. Come on, we want all of our guests to have chocolate, and you gotta have milk with chocolate. So all you gotta do if you want any of this stuff, come on up, pick it up, and it gets instantly replaced. It's pretty cool. Oop, give me that back. And then on the other side over here, we have experience orbs, rockets, and abyss watchers, I believe they're called. Let me take a look. Yep, Abyss Watchers. These things are pretty cool. You right click them and it brings up a teleporter UI. I can go to all these places. It still costs a level, so it's not super cheaty, but it's a waystone I can carry with me and use to escape from a bad situation. I'm down here at ground level of Skybase to show you something else pretty cool that was just added to the Create Deco mod. And it's not these cast iron stairs. These are what I used to use for stairs around the warehouse, but now they've added catwalk stairs. Look at these. I'm using catwalk stairs anywhere I was using those cast iron stairs before, and it is a massive improvement. What do you guys think? Well, now that I've caught you guys up with a lot of the things I've been building so far, it's time to make that bamboo and kelp farm, so let's get to work. Look at that farm in the distance, looking all majestic. I am so happy with how it turned out. If we were to leave our factory over here, we can take this side path and over this little bridge that we just threw in. You guys saw it. I think it came out pretty well. I've terrained the area and now we have a path directly to our farm. And when we get to the farm, this is where we generally would come. Right here, this is access to our storage. You can see I already have 71,000 bamboo and 68,000 kelp. And I put in this little art piece in the front here to commemorate what is made here. As you can see, the bamboo and kelp processing plant. Yep. So we got this thing, which is pretty nice. So let's take a look at the farm. I've got 3 levels here. The first 2 levels are growing kelp. And we got a radial arm that goes around constantly filling up its inventory and placing it all into the vault. Once the vault's full, it'll shut the farms off, and then they won't reactivate until there's space in the vault. So it's a really nice way to keep the system topped up and as lag friendly as possible. If we were to walk around the side, we can take a look at what's going on. I plan on adding some more buildings and stuff around here in the future so we can see in the top floors a little better. But so far, so good. It's created a really nice vibe over in this area, and I'm happy to be expanding across the river finally. Skybase is really growing. These farms would be so much more difficult if it wasn't for one amazing addition from the Create mod, the Redstone link. It's wireless redstone, and it makes our building processes so much easier. I recently made a tutorial about it, and it's right there. So if you're interested in wireless redstone and how it all works, why don't you take a look? And if you do, I hope you learned something. As for now, for me, I got more work to get to, so I'm gonna go. So I'll see everybody later. Have a good one, everybody.